Look what I got. A new addition to my wardrobe. Got a new t-shirt from one of my thousands of YouTube followers. So thank you, JP. Inner sill. And this comes with two holes for seatbelt mountings. I guess one's for 2-door, one's for a 4-door. Anyway, this is the hole that I need. But these are very thin, and it comes with this spreader plate for the seat belt, which I think that's just like some sort of riv nut, not welded. But I'm putting on a chunkier plate there to spread that load somewhat. Maybe overkill, but I'd rather it was that way around. And I think this is what I'm going to use now. This is an LDV tank. Sensible shape. Filler comes out pretty handy, and it's fairly flat. It doesn't stick way up in the air. And that's not going to be any higher than the Cortina. And I shall cut that board out and sit it on a fiberglass shelf, which will be totally independent from this area here, and it'll drain straight to the outside rather than draining onto this board. And I think that filler neck will be alright. I'll cut out all these old fiberglass flanges and see what looks handy. That's that support where that angle was glassed into the side of the van. And this is what I took out. Nice to get rid of that, and there's still more in there. I'm leaving this on for the moment, this little flange here, because this goes awfully floppy once you take everything out. And I'm toying with the idea of how to support at that end. I've got a strip of galvanised steel. I could glass that in and then bolt everything to that. Or I've got this, and this is a piece of my Truckman top. And I've got some nice angles there, different angles. Initially I thought this thing is trimming down, but like that. I think I'm going to use it like that. And I can bond that to that. Doing it that way, I'm not sticking it to gel coat. I'm sticking it to fiberglass. That should give me a really good strong bond, and then I can glass it down onto that as well with some extra matting. That's my plan at the moment. I've had a new welder for Christmas. It's an Delhi 160 amp MIG TIG arc multi-welder. It's really good. 200 quid. Excellent welder. Here's something I hadn't noticed. We're on the left hand side now, and this bows outwards in the centre there. And if I just go over the driven wheel, it does that. And if we go to the other side, you can see there's that ridge, and that's an indent, and that actually corresponds to where the old tank was. That fiberglass rotten strip. So that's had some effect on that. And if I put this over the driven wheel here, at the front, I've actually got a gap there. So it's actually doing almost the opposite to what the other side's doing. We've got a big hole now. Cut some of that ply away. And this is my flange to go in there. But as you see, it's doing the wrong thing. So I think if I clamp that up both ends with some goo on it, that'll at least straighten it. So that'll go on there, and that gives me a 2-inch sort of flange here to glass it from the top as well, so I'll get a good bond there. And then I shall bolt the underside of that. Some steel running from the chassis over to there. That's the plan. Ready to fit the new sill, and this is what the sill looks like. That's the outer sill, and then we've got the inner sill, which comes down here and stops there, stops short of that flange. So presumably the floor goes in there like that. Not sure, because that edge is, this is all missing here on mine, so I'm making it up as I go along. Now it'd be quite difficult to get this floor to clamp up to this point here. It's very difficult to clamp that. But what you can actually do is you can weld the sill up off the car, all the components together, and then this is the floor section. So I've welded on a 3-inch strip in place of the floor, because the floor's been repaired, but they've tried to weld it to shit here, which obviously didn't work. And the rest of the repair is sound, not very pretty, but it's sound. So I'm going to keep that and join this to the repair. Closing this end section here, which that was left open. Presumably the wheel arch came up here somewhere. I'm going to close that in. This end I've left a bit more on because I don't know quite what's happening there. But it's not quite nice that you can weld it up off the car and you're not struggling around on your back, which I don't really enjoy too much. So try and get that on there. Okay, driver's side. This is the back seat area. So that's where I'm going to weld that up. Then here, this is I found the body number there, the chassis number. So I've got to try and retain that somehow, just in case there's ever any question to what this car is. A bit of jiggery pokery there. Back seat area is done. A new end piece on the that rear cross member. New floor edge. In my bed, I was dreaming, but I should have been with you instead. Wake me up. Well, snow stops play. I'm not working in this. I've been working the last few days. It's been freezing, but okay once you get going. But I've finished this side here. That's done. I was toying with the idea of replacing that floor pan. It's been patched, but it's strong and it's a continuous weld, and I could have made a new floor pan, but I've got a lot of ground to cover with this, so I've tidied it up. Got the other side to look at, which on the face of it doesn't look as bad, but there's probably still about the same amount of work to do there. So that's where I'm up to.